everybody. Welcome to our kitchen. I'm the penguin.
And I'm the chef.
And you know the routine.
Well, I've been hungry for vegetable soup, and I've been hungry for hot and sour Chinese soup. Chinese food's one of our favorites. So we're going to have a little mad experiment today. And we're going to kind of blend two of them together. Now, this isn't a low carb, it's a lower carb kind of meal because I'm cutting out a few of the normal things you'd put in vegetable soup like corn and potatoes and peas. But I'm adding some stuff in that you would normally get in vegetable soup like bean sprouts and bamboo shoots and water chestnuts and mushrooms and noodles. But what I got is I got some shiitake mushrooms that we got marked down. I got some carbonado noodles. I'm going to wait till about a half hour till I think this is done before I add these two components. I'm going to use about half a can of the bean sprouts, about half a can of the bamboo shoots, and a half a can of the water chestnuts in there. They're all pretty low in carbs. Save the other half for when we're having a cycling day, and we'll make some real food out of them. I got some no salt added tomatoes, some spicy V8 juice, a can of green beans, a whole sweet onion, some celery, my egg flour soup mix, hot and sour soup mix we always use when we make homemade hot and sour soup. I got rice wine vinegar. I got cabbage, and I'm going to cube this beef up first and fry it off in a skillet a little bit in garlic. I got a couple big tablespoons of garlic and some pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of my mushroom soy sauce, a little bit of my pure sesame oil, and a little bit of my light tasting olive oil. While that's cooking, I'm going to get everything else diced up, and I'll bring our pot over here to the table. You guys can see as I'm adding the stuff to it and getting it started. And I wanted to remind everybody about our contest going on in yesterday's video. You got to go check out yesterday's video and get the keyword or be able to, and make sure you leave your comment in yesterday's video comment section to get entered into that. And we've had a couple people that live abroad, not here in the U.S. So, well, don't worry about entering me. We live somewhere else. No, the contest is for everybody. No matter where you live, if you want to enter the contest, enter the contest. Please do. Whoever wins, we'll make sure they get their Visa gift card. That's what we're giving away this time.
We'll make sure it's one that they can use where they live.
Yeah, because there's different ones overseas. We were checking and we didn't know. You might have to, if you live abroad, you might have to take it to a bank or something in your area to cash it in to get the money. But we'll make sure you get the right kind wherever whoever wins gets it. So
fair is fair.
Yeah, fair is fair. We said everybody, we mean everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get to cutting this meat up and get it going first, and then we'll be back. Okay, I've got the beef cut up into some pieces here I'm going to cube up, and I trimmed the fat off, as you can see, but me being me, I'm going to fry that off in a skillet for a couple minutes first to get the flavor out of it. It's something my dad always taught me. You don't want to eat the fat, but if you trim it off and cook it out a little bit to use in your dishes, it'll give you more flavor. But basically, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut them about a 1/2 inch wide, and I'm going to cut them about 1/2 inch, 3/4 inches long, just into cube size, which you would be doing if you were making regular vegetable soup, or if you're going to be making beef and noodles or something like that. But just like that, and then I'll get that in a skillet and get it cooking in just a minute, and I'll show you that. We'll be right back.
No, we're not going to be right back. I'm going to talk.
Okay, go ahead. Well, you can do that.
But I wanted to say too, if you watched, remember yesterday, Life of a Millwife, Kelly at Life of a Millwife. Yeah, she was talking to her husband about us. And she had said at one time it would be fun if you guys collaborated together on something, on cooking something. Because yesterday in their video, he made beef stroganoff out of ramen noodles.
Oh, did he?
So I was telling her about the dish that we make out of ramen noodles, which I'm not going to say what it is because we'll make it in the future.
Right.
But I was like, yeah, that would have been a good one.
Yeah.
You know, you guys, each one of you making something with ramen noodles, but you don't know what the other one's going to make. So that would have been pretty cool. But
yeah, that would have been a good one.
Too late for that one, of course. And she told him about the planting the flowers in a pot, and he took it like a trooper.
Didn't mean to start nothing there, Kevin.
No, he's a good guy. They're great people. If you haven't checked them out, go over and see Kelly and her husband Kevin and their little dog Brody over at Life of a Millwife. I'll put their channel link in our description box. So she said they'd also talked about visiting Indiana at some point. So I was like,
really?
oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, it would.
That'd be really nice because we want to visit Canada too.
Yeah, bad.
Considering you're a big Murdoch Mysteries fan. Well, we both are, but me not as much as you, but I like it.
I have all of them on DVD. I've watched all of them at least twice, some of them 3 and 4 times.
Anyway, since today's Thursday, it's kind of like Throwback Thursday. I don't know how many of you saw my video. I don't even remember actually what video it was in. I was talking about it. My makeup clean out or something.
You mentioned it once before too.
I don't really remember what video it was, but I was talking about my parents had rented a Santa Claus, and my mom, I was always told I wasn't going to get my class ring when everybody else did because I had ordered a special stone, and my mom had arranged with the owner of the company to get my class ring to me before we started school back. So it was actually given to me by Santa Claus on Christmas Eve, but I don't know if you guys can see this or not, and I'm going to try to, it's maybe hard to see, but the stone is actually red, white, and blue. I think you can catch a little bit of the red shining through there. See if I can turn it and get the blue, because most stones are just one color, but there, if you can see that, the blue shining up here on the top. But yeah, this stone is actually red, white, and blue, which was our school colors. So that's the stone I wanted. I really, really liked that one.
Speaking of red, white, and blue, not to change the subject, but this is how much me and her like, even though we didn't know each other as little kids. The first house I remember living in was in town. My dad was a foreman and just got made into a supervisor, so he was making more money. And we bought a piece of property out on a lake to build a house on. But when we lived in town, my mom used to call me a little tyrant because I saved every penny, every nickel. I did anything I could to get money.
He still does, ladies.
And I wanted different carpet in my room than the rest of the house. So my dad said if I put some money up towards it, even though I was only 8 years old, that he would get me the carpet. Guess what I picked out? Red, white, and blue shag. That's what kind of carpet. I even had a matching. It was a black and white TV, but the casing on the TV was red, white, and blue. Guess what color carpet and what kind the penguin had?
I had the very same red, white, and blue shag carpet.
And you picked
Yep.
that out too.
I picked that out too. Yeah.
How old were you when you did that?
Oh gosh, probably 10.
10. So I would have been 11 at that time.
Yeah, something like that.
But we think a lot.
But you had yours. If you had yours at 8 years old, you had yours before I did.
Right, but it was probably the same shag carpet. There can't
Yeah,
be
it
too
was
many.
red, white, and blue.
Yeah, it's red, white, and blue shag. So there can't be too many out there.
We have pictures somewhere, but
It was comfortable carpet though. It was really paddy, cushiony, and I used to like to play on the floor and lay on the floor and watch my little TV and stuff. So.
I had a big long shelf in my room, and I had I thought was the coolest stereo system and these huge speakers, But of course, that's back in the day. It had a cassette player on it. I think it even had an 8-track tape player on it. Yeah. I don't really remember, but a turntable.
Everybody had those flashing lights that would flash to the beat that hung on the wall, and they had that bubble plexiglass over the colored lights.
And black lights.
And yeah, I didn't want to spend all that money to buy some, so my dad had some plexiglass and stuff out in the garage, so I built my own boxes and cut the plexiglass, and I just went and put flashing Christmas lights inside of them and hung them up. Didn't flash to the beat, but it did basically the same thing, because I remember a couple kids come over and said, "Man, that was really cool. How much did it cost you?" I said, "About 3 or 4 hours worth of my time," because I stole the Christmas lights from my mom.
But as we got older, we both had the same taste too, because then we started taking our money and saving our money to put it into our vehicles.
Yeah, we did.
If only we had those cars still today.
Oh yeah,
we have pictures. We have a lot of pictures of our cars, but we don't have the actual cars today.
First vehicle I had was a 67 Ford pickup truck that someone had taken the 3-speed shifter off of the column and put it down on the floor, and they hooked it up backwards. So where first was supposed to be was reverse. I paid $350 for it, and the guy couldn't wait for me to get it off his car lot because it looked like shit. Sorry, guys, but it did. I drove it for about a year, and then I got a little Ford Courier, like I mentioned in a video the other day, just an older one than my dad. And then I finally got the car I wanted. I found a 1974 Chevy Nova with a straight 6 in it. And that's the car I ended up fixing up and changing the engine and doing the interior and everything. I only put about $3,000 in it because I did most of the work myself. But I've looked at cars online now that are for sale that have all the same doodads and features and stuff. I'll talk about it more in another video. But they sell for $20,000 and $30,000.
It was a car show car.
Yeah.
We used to take it to car shows all the time.
And it was fast.
He had the 74 Nova. I had the 76 Cherry Red Trans Am.
Yeah, mine was red too. Emerald.
400 big block with a shaker on the hood. And I just loved my car. Well, you know, as you get older, sometimes family and life becomes more important than those things do. So, we sold them for somebody else to be able to cherish them.
Yeah.
Mine, I have dreams about that car.
I got my engine out of a 68 Camaro SS. It was a 327, 350 turbo fire. By the time I got done putting stuff on it, we figured it was about 400 horsepower. Man, that car would haul the top end to bottom end. It wasn't no drag car. But you get out moving and tromp on it, it would go.
Anyway, I also have my mom's class ring here. That's a very old class ring. So my mom, this class ring probably date back to 1946. 1945, 1946. So my mom's class ring. And then I have these that I've always kept. So I will pass them down someday. But this is a little sweetheart baby ring that my mom and dad had bought for me when I was a baby, after I was born, because I was the only girl born to my mom and dad. So I've held on to that all these years. And then my mom and dad's neighbors bought me this little band. It's itty bitty little, this itty bitty little band to go with it. So anyway, just a little throwback Thursday action. One of these days we'll drag out some pictures of our cars and...
Yeah, if I can even find mine.
They're all of our photo albums are packed away. They should all be in the same spot. We have so many things that we could talk to you guys about and show you guys down through the weeks, days, months, years, whatever. We're just excited about summertime coming where we can get out and do more stuff and go on the river fishing. That would be a fun video to go on the river fishing.
I don't know. I just don't know if I want to show an old picture when my hair was white.
People don't care. It's good to see pictures from the past. I have some funny pictures of my brothers that I would absolutely love to show on here, and I was just looking at one a few minutes ago, but I know if I put it on here without my brother's permission, he would be chewing my butt for sure. So I'm not going to do that. We're going to hold off on that one.
While this has been going on, guys, I got my beef fat in my skillet cooking off in the oil and the sesame oil and the olive oil. And then when it gets done, I'll be putting the meat in. I'll take you along over there then.
Okay, well, I'm done rambling too, so we'll just be back when the chef is ready for the next step.
Okay, I've cooked my beef fat off, and you see I got some good grease in there. We're going to add our beef in. Trying to shield her so she doesn't get burned here. Put in my garlic. A little bit of black pepper. I'm going to guess I'll probably say, I don't know, good teaspoon. Probably about the same on the onion powder and the garlic powder. Trying to build those layers of flavor. And now I'm going to add just a little bit of the sesame oil. Good sesame oil.
You don't want to use very much sesame oil because it's very potent.
Yes, it's very potent. And
I think we've said it before, but if you guys want a really good soy sauce that's not as salty but has a lot of flavor and it's a little bit thicker than a normal soy sauce, you can find this at your Oriental Market. It's a mushroom soy sauce.
it's really good.
We highly recommend this one. I've used this soy sauce for probably 30 years at least.
I'd say
not the same bottle.
well, they last a long time though since they're big.
They do last a long time, but no.
I'd say I put a tablespoon and a half probably, and I'm gonna put some more actually in the pot after we get everything in the pot.
But it's not as salty. No. It's got a lot of flavor. It's umami. A little thicker and more rich.
Yeah, a lot of umami.
Umami. Whoever says that?
Umami. I burnt myself.
Umami. Whoever says that, Pood? Huh? Whoever says that, Pood?
I got that all in the pan now. I'm going to put it on about medium. And I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to let it go for about 4 or 5 minutes. About every minute or two, I'm going to come back and swirl around. Just trying to cook the beef a little bit. I could have just put it in the pot and waited 6 hours and let it cook down. I'm just trying to speed up the process this way. Because it's already kind of getting late here, and this is what we're going to eat tonight, and I don't want to eat too late. So that's why I'm doing it this way. Okay, I've already got my onions and my celery rough chopped over in a bowl. And I'm going to go ahead and cut my shiitake mushrooms up. Like I said, I'm going to wait until about a half hour till it's done to add them and my noodles. And like I said, this is not low carb, so if you want to add noodles to your soup, you can. If you're going to make this, if it turns out good, any kind of noodles you want. Kluskis or whatever kind of noodles you like to put in beef noodle vegetable soup is fine. I'm going to cut these shiitakes up though and get them in a bowl, and I'm going to put them back in the refrigerator so they stay good till I'm at that point and I'm ready for them.
You can also crack a couple of eggs in this soup.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, okay, yeah. You going to do that?
Yeah.
I don't need to tell them about it then.
I was going to let you do the swirling though. You're better at it than I am.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to put egg in your soup, just get it good and hot and take a spoon and start swirling it around. And as it's swirling around, that's when you drop your egg in.
Like egg drop soup?
Yeah, like egg drop soup.
I've tried it, and one time it works for me, and the next time it doesn't, and the eggs don't turn into that light noodly looking stuff. Every time she does it, it turns out right. So.
Oh, now thanks a lot. You just jinxed me. You just said it was going to turn out right.
I've never seen you do it and turn out wrong.
Well, I do a lot of things that don't turn out right.
Oh, you talking about me again?
No, funny, haha. Oh. Anyway, guys, we've been trying to go on camera a little more. How often would you guys like to see us go on camera? Because we don't want to wear it out. You know what I mean? We usually try to post a video every day or every couple of days. Just wanting to know how often you guys were actually wanting to see us on camera. Would you rather we do an on-camera video once a week or twice a week? Or if you're watching this and you hear it, just leave us a comment in the comment section and give us your opinion. Let us know. Obviously, we will be on Tuesdays probably.
Yeah.
Because that's our Tubby Tracker Tuesday. So we'll be coming on. If we're able to get to the gym and exercise, we'll show some little snippets of us doing our exercise.
Speaking of snippets, we stopped by that park today on the way back from the vet. So.
Yeah. This is a different park.
Different, yeah.
Yeah. So you can tell them.
No, go ahead. I didn't know if you were going to bring it up or not. So I said something.
Anyway, Chef went and, because we were on our way back from the vet, so obviously with us having our dogs with us, we couldn't get out and do anything, but Chef did go and take some pictures of the exercise equipment, and it's a different, like I said, it's a different park than we were at yesterday.
I tried out a couple of machines. Yeah,
they have, it's a little nicer area. I mean, all the areas are nice, but this one has the machines that I personally really, really like. So, and they're open all the time, 24/7, obviously. I mean, just depends on how safe you feel being at a park late at night. I mean, it's in an wide open area, so it's not like you're secluded or anything, but you can go there at 1 o'clock in the morning if you feel like you just need to exercise or work off some stress or something. But we'll include that in the clip for Tubby Tracker Tuesday too, because we'll be going back there, I think, this weekend. It's supposed to be in the 60s.
And you'll see in the pictures, these are different kinds of machines than what we showed you on at the other park.
Yeah, that's what I just told him.
Yeah, your weight has something to do with it. You set on the machines, and I thought it was full. There's one that's like a setting press where the bar is over your shoulders and you have to lift up. As you lift up, you're also raising the seat you're sitting on. And I'm like, man, there's no way I'm gonna be able to pick my big behind up. But evidently, it's got a relief in it, so you're not lifting all your weight. You're just lifting part of your weight, a percentage of it. So
they have one machine that's like a rowboat, it's like a rowing machine. They have leg lifts. A lot of different machines than what was at the park that we were at yesterday.
Yeah, I'd love to have them at home, but
yeah,
they're probably expensive.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. So anyway, we're gonna have to take the dogs back to the vet probably tomorrow or Saturday. We went down there, and when you take them in just for annual vaccines, they don't take appointments for that. They only take appointments if they actually need to see the vet for something. So we thought when we were going down there this evening that it wouldn't be that crowded, and oh, Lord have mercy. That place was absolutely packed. And what you have to do is you go in, you take a number, and then when your number's ready, then they come out and get you. But the dogs were just restless, impatient, and we would have been sitting there for probably an hour and a half or 2 hours. Yeah. So we just decided to wait, and the chef told them that we would be back tomorrow or Saturday because they have a vaccine clinic on Saturday from 8 to noon, and then they have regular office hours in the evening. But so we'll try it again. They're not completely, I mean, they're getting ready to come up due, but we were just getting them a little early, so they have time. So we'll try again tomorrow. But it was a nice ride. It was a great day. It was a sunny day.
Yeah.
So
there's my cabbage all cut up, as you can see. So the only thing I got left to cut up is I have to open this can of water chestnuts. Me being the thrifty chef, as they call me. These are sliced. Well, never mind. I don't have to.
You thought they were whole.
Yeah. The whole ones I looked at were the cheapest ones, and this was sitting with the cheapest ones at the same price, $1.19. So I grabbed them, but I thought they were whole. Well, I don't have to come up. That's good. But I still need to rinse and drain all this stuff. So we'll be back in just a minute. I got to stir the meat.
Oh, anyway, me and the chef had talked about showing some of our pictures, like a walk down memory lane sometime. We don't know when, because we have to find our photo albums and stuff. But I thought, well, we could show some, I mean, without showing a lot of detail, a couple of nursing pictures. I think I have some pictures from when I was in nursing school, a couple of pictures when I was at work.
One of both of us at work.
Yeah. When me and Chef worked in the same place, we have those pictures, which, yeah, we got one of them hanging on the wall, but you can't really tell I'm in scrubs at that point. I don't know. I don't know if I have a stethoscope around my neck or not, but anyway. But yeah, we're going to drag out some pictures like that, maybe some family pictures, but that'll be down the road because, like I said, we have to find those.
You see that picture, and I had to wear a hard hat every day at work, and I always wore bibs. What you used to call me?
What did I used to call you, Farmer Ted?
No, Bob the Builder.
Oh, Bob the Builder, yeah. I did. I used to call him Bob the Builder. Because his hard hat was yellow and he had bibs on. Yeah. Bob the Builder. The kids just like to watch Bob the Builder. So, alright guys, well I'm going to quit rambling so when the chef gets ready for his next step, then we shall be back.
Here's our meat. I've let it cook off for about 6 or 7 minutes. So you see it's already nice and brown. Gonna rake it off into the pot. All that I can, all that flavor, the garlic and the seasoning and the oil.
It would be better if we could use our Instant Pot, but first we've got a valve issue with it, and we've replaced the valve, but it's still not holding pressure. So,
has anybody else had that problem?
We ordered the new valve replacement from Amazon. We've cleaned all the rings. We've done everything that we can do for that, but it's still not holding pressure. So either we need to get a whole new lid assembly, or we need just probably get a whole new Instant Pot.
She's talking about the vent piece on the top where you turn it to vent,
seal,
not vent. Yeah, no matter what way I turn it, I've cleaned it, took it apart, put it back together, put a new one on it. It's still, every time you start cooking and pressure builds up,
it starts releasing.
It starts releasing its air. So
we're going to use our rice cooker. This is what we normally cook in, but it's also a pressure cooker or a slow cooker and all that stuff. So.
We've used it for this before. So, and I've got a can of tomatoes, no salt added there, diced up. They're in the boat there. And I got a can of green beans. This one of them quarter cans I got.
Give me a nice hearty soup.
Yeah. And then like I said, I was only using half of it. I got a little juice there. Bean sprouts, water chestnuts, and bamboo shoots, just like you'd put in a Chinese soup.
It's kind of an East meets West kind of soup.
Yin meets Dang.
Yin and yang.
Yin and Dang.
Good and evil.
I've got one of Penguin's spicy hot V8 juices.
Love those things. Makes a good snack.
Just to add a little bit more tomato flavor there. And then my cabbage and my celery and my onion. Like I said, I just rough chopped all of it basically. Nothing fancy. Gonna make a big old pot of soup, so I hope it turns out good and doesn't blow up in my face. There's that. And then I've got our miscon, I guess that's how you pronounce that. Rice wine vinegar. I love the smell of rice wine vinegar. If you don't have rice wine vinegar and you got like white vinegar or apple cider vinegar and you want to make this, you can try using those kinds. This is what I always use when I make hot and sour soup. Not enough, but not too much. So we're going to go like 2.5 tablespoons. I'm using the actual Oriental.
My sriracha spoon.
Sriracha spoon there. And then we're going to add some more of that umami-filled mushroom soy sauce.
So the chef wants me, since I made him do a challenge, he wants me to do a challenge.
It's only fair.
So what kind of challenge would you guys like for me to do? I can either do, now I can't do the grotesque foods that he did. There's no way I would make it through it. So I'm just being honest. I can do a hot and spicy challenge. I can do the fire noodle challenge, or the bean boozled, if we could ever find the bean boozled.
Yeah.
I could do the bean boozled thing, or if you guys have another idea.
I'd interrupt, but you see what she meant about thick. You see how that soy sauce sticks to the spoon, unlike regular soy sauce?
Yeah, it's good and thick. So if you guys have an idea of a food challenge for me that I can do on one of our carb cycling days, then please leave a comment in the description box and let us know. Give us some idea of what you would like to see me do on camera.
Okay.
So
we got all that down in there. I'm going to take the pot over and plug it in and let it cook for just a little bit so I start seeing some juice, or I need to add water, one of the two. And then I'll go back and I'll add the egg flour soup mix, hot and sour soup mix to it. And then, like I said, a half hour before I think it's done, I'm going to add the mushrooms and the carbonara noodles. And then 5 or 10 minutes before it's done, I'll try to get it hot enough and liquidy enough that she can swirl in our eggs, so make it like a real soup. So when we get to that far, I'll be back. Been cooking for an hour. Now I've added 2 cups of hot water to that, and it's still cooking down. The vegetables are still getting less. So now I have my soup mix there, and it calls for 2.5 cups of water. So I know I've already put 2 cups of water, plus the natural juice that's cooking off of it. So I'm going to pour that soup mix in there. And then it's me, so what I always do is I always go over to the sink and run a little hot water in the bottom of the pouch. These are foil-lined pouches. And get the rest of the flavor out of it, like so. And then I'm going to stir in my soup mix. A lot of vegetables in it, a lot of meat. Looks good, doesn't it?
smells good. Yum yum.
So I'm going to put the lid back on it now, and I'm going to cook it for about a half hour more. I'm going to set my timer for a half an hour over on the stove. And at that point, I'll come back and I'll add my mushrooms and see if there's enough liquid in it to add my noodles. And we'll be back. Okay, guys, it's been another half an hour, and you can see it's more liquid now, but it's still really thick. I'm going to have to put more water in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my mushrooms in there.
A thick, hearty soup is good.
Yeah, but we need it a little thinner than that so we can do the egg in it. So there's that. I'm going to take this little pot right here and my ladle, and I'm going to try to ladle out a little bit of the broth. We'll say we'll try to get 4 of them without getting any vegetables or meat in it. There we go. There's 4 of them. I'll close that back up. And we're going to take this over to the stove, and I'm going to put a cup of hot water in it. Just 1 cup of hot water more, and then bring it up to heat, and the penguin's going to stir in the egg mixture I got made up to make the little strands of egg, and then we'll bring it back and put it in the pot and set the timer for a half an hour. Okay, and in case I forgot, I added 2 more tablespoons of hot sauce, my Louisiana hot sauce, and 2 tablespoons of soy sauce to the big pot over there. And this is the 4 ladles of the broth and a cup of hot water I add into this. And I brought this up to temperature, and she's going to swirl in the 2 eggs. The 2 eggs I added a teaspoon of hot sauce and a teaspoon of soy sauce to too. So they'll have a little more flavor.
All I'm going to do is I'm just going to stir it around vigorously. And as it's swirling around, you want to slowly. Go
ahead, stir. I'll pour for you.
See, it's got to set. Because you can't do it too fast.
Okay, sorry. See, that's why I said I'd let you do it.
Yeah, you can't do it too fast. It has to be just like, it's good if you have a measuring, you pour your egg into a measuring cup that's got a spout. The egg's still going to set up, though. It's not going to be an issue, but it's going to bring it to a boil again. Let it get caught up. All that egg, of course, is cooked, but you just want to get it, you just want to stir it vigorously and get it going around, and then just slowly. All you're going to do is a stream. But here. You also added other stuff into the egg, right?
Yeah. Do you want me to stir?
So, yeah, just go ahead, because it's not going to do what I want it to do now. Normally, I don't add anything else into the egg. I just keep the egg plain.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Sorry, I was predisposed. Yeah. But you still get your egg bits, which is what you want.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be ribbon-like.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not good at doing it. No, I messed up this one now too because it was supposed to have shouldn't have put the other stuff in it.
It's not messed up. Trust me, it tastes delicious because I've already tasted it.
It tastes the same. I just was looking.
You want it to be in a circular motion. You want your egg and your broth to be going in a circle, like a stream. Here, you stir it in a circle and all. Like I said, it's good if you have it into a measuring cup when you're pouring this in. Because they can't really see the effects now because it's not clear. We're just going to go ahead and dump the rest of that in.
You can see.
Yeah, you're still going to get your egg pieces. Once you get it into your actual hot and sour soup, then the egg pieces are going to be more visible. But like the chef said, he's never made this before. I mean, we've made hot and sour soup before, but not an East meets West kind of hot and sour vegetable soup. So this is a new experience, and he never usually does the egg ribboning. That's usually me. So I was just predisposed when he was ready to do it. And I didn't know that he had put additives into his egg, so
It looks pretty good though. There's little pieces.
It's fine. It's still egg. It's still egg pieces, so it'll be just fine.
I'm gonna take that back over now and add it to the pot and set the timer for a half hour and let it go for a half hour so the mushrooms have time to cook, and it should be done.
Let me tell you what though, ladies and gentlemen, it smells so good, and I had a chance to taste the broth, and whoa.
It's gonna boil over here in a second.
So, all right, well, we'll be back when he's ready.
I got the egg mixture put in. I got this bag of the carbonara noodles. It's a partial bag. I'm only going to add about half of it. I'm not looking for a lot of noodles. Just enough that every now and then you get a piece of noodle. Probably about that many. And I'm going to stir those down into the soup.
Every good hot and sour soup has a noodle in it.
Yeah. When we go to the Chinese buffet and I get takeout, what I like doing is I like the dumplings. So I'll take and mix hot and sour soup, a little bit of egg drop soup, and then I'll take a couple, 3 dumplings if I can get them in the container and put them inside there and close it all up. And by the time I get home, man, it is so good. So good. Okay, I'm going to close the lid up on this, set the timer for a half hour, and we'll be back. Okay, there you guys go. East meets West. Hot and sour beef vegetable noodle Chinese soup.
And it smells so good.
It smells really good. But the proof is in the pudding, as they say, so it's going to have to be a taste test. That's why I have 2 spoons laid out. There's your spoon, here's my spoon. So
okay.
Get in there and get
Sorry, guys, we're not camera worthy right at the moment, but
got a bean
gonna
sprout
taste it.
Ooh-wee. It's hot. It just came out, so.
Burn your mouth hot.
Yeah, I'm blowing on mine.
I didn't because it smelled too good. A little ASMR slurp.
Yeah, I really like it. It's it's like eating really good vegetable soup with a twist of Chinese at you, because you can taste the soy sauce and you can taste a little bit of the vinegar and the hot and sour part.
To me, it tastes more like hot and sour soup. I mean, it tastes like vegetable soup, but
yeah, you could.
It tastes more like hot and sour soup.
It's really good. Fire bad, soup good.
Bite a noodle. Bite a noodle, anybody? Care for a bite of noodle?
Like I said, I made it kind of low carb. I'm just guesstimating there's probably less than 100 carbs in the whole pot, and a lot of those carbs are good carbs from the vegetables. By all means, it would be good on a low carb diet. It would be good on a low calorie diet. If you're not on a diet, by all means, add potatoes, carrots, peas, corn to it if you like that in your soup.
Piece of beef and bean sprout.
But I really like it. I think you could eat it by itself, or eat it with a sandwich, or you could fry some rice and have an egg roll with it, and it would still match. Don't you think so?
Yeah. That meat is so tender.
It's got to be pretty high in protein too, between the eggs and the beef, and then what you're getting off the vegetables. Like I said, I didn't add anything up or anything like that. I didn't make it to be a keto soup, a no carb soup. It's low carb, and the carbs that are in there are mostly good carbs from the vegetables. It's like that old TJ soup diet they had years ago, where it was
the tomato juice soup. These chopsticks are not good.
Yeah, it's like
you need the real ones.
The beef vegetable soup in that TJ soup diet was basically tomatoes, onions, celery, and cabbage with beef and beef broth in it. And you ate it for so many days, and it would just make you go to the bathroom a whole bunch.
Where's my real chopsticks?
Over in the door somewhere.
You can't use these like real chopsticks.
No, you can't.
No, because you hold real chopsticks like this.
Oh.
And you can't bring them together. You have to depend on this to do this, and when you do it.
I just grabbed those because they got the chicken on the end of them.
Yeah,
so.
well, they're not. They're good for decoration, but you can't really use them.
I'll go look. Hang on real quick.
No. It's okay. It's okay. I have some pretty chopsticks that I brought back from Malaysia with me. But I never use them. I just keep them for keepsake.
Yeah, I don't see them over here in the drawer.
That's all right. So. Don't need them.
But, as I say, usually at the end of these things, that's what's for dinner. So as soon as we're done doing this, that's what we're going to eat, is a bowl of this soup apiece.
So he told you if it was bad, he would tell you it was bad. If it's good, we're going to tell you it's good.
It's good.
I'm telling you, it's really, really good. Really good, guys.
It'd be a good soup, like I said, meal soup. You don't have to have anything with it. If you want a sandwich, it'd be good. If you're having Chinese food, it would be good. And like I said, there's enough in that pot for, oh boy, probably what you thinking 8, probably 8, 10 bowls. So if you take those carbs,
at least,
you take those carbs and calories and work them down, you're not getting a whole lot in a bowl, and it's got a lot of stuff in it.
Right there is one of my favorites, bamboo shoots. I love bamboo shoots. They're so good.
And there's one of my favorites right there, the water chestnuts.
Yeah.
I love them when you get them in Chinese food.
Yeah, I love water chestnuts too.
And they've been cooking for a little over 2 hours. And don't show me. I'm just trying to see if they could hear me crunching on it. It's still got the thing. Well, that's it for us, guys. I'm going to have to get us another bowl full made. We're going to fight over this one so we can have dinner.
All right, guys.
So until next time.
We'll probably be doing our giveaway,
Saturday.
if I didn't already say, in a video on Saturday. So if you haven't entered, go back and watch our chit chat video from yesterday.
And get the lucky
Get
word.
the keyword or key phrase. And put it in the comment section on that video. Not this video, but that video.
That's it for me.
All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you later.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.